Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, regardless of how you might feel about Edward Snowden, and I have a lot of reservations about the guy, the revelations about the extent of the NSA spying program were a good thing, I think. But I don't think we've gotten very far beyond that. I don't think we've actually wrestled with what we actually want and don't want our intelligence agencies to do. Part of this stems from the cowardice of our politicians who don't want to take a stand that could be used against them. For example, politicians that take a stand against the NSA could have that used against them, especially if there's a future terrorist attack here. And politicians who take a stand siding with the NSA are going to incur the wrath of privacy activists across the country, and that's both on the left and the right. That's one place where the left and the right do kind of come across united. But I'm not a politician, which means I'm not a coward. So I can take my stand and not worry about losing a seat or anything, you know. So first of all, despite the furor that was raised when it came out, we were listening in on the calls of foreign leaders. We've always spied on both friends and enemies alike, and they do the same to us. And I don't expect that to change much. And I'm not really concerned about it. The more we know, the better off we are. But I'm against all this data mining stuff, most importantly because it's pretty much useless. Gathering up tons of information that you can never analyze is just a waste of money and time and useless. Just because you can gather information doesn't mean that you actually should. And it also lends itself to abuse of individuals and groups by the government. I don't have the problem with the government from time to time running their algorithms through various internet service providers and phone companies and communication networks in order to ferret out threats. Now, some people say that American citizens should be totally free of surveillance. And I agree that unless there is some suspicious activity, that should be the case. However, I think that the government should monitor citizens who travel to certain areas where terrorists are known to engage in recruitment and training. If a U.S. citizen goes to, for example, Somalia or Pakistan or Nigeria even, someplace like that, and doesn't have some absolutely clearly outlined business there, then I think the government should be looking at him and looking at his activities. So drawing that clear-cut, bright line about no monitoring of American citizens, it's a little more complicated than that. And I also think that we should be stepping up our monitoring of right-wing terrorist groups here in the United States, these crazy militias. During the Cliven Bundy standoff, we saw that these people were perfectly willing to engage in violence. They were trying to, matter of fact, they were trying to provoke violence. Their armed stand, where they pointed their guns at federal law enforcement officers, was a crime. And those individuals who are known, who participated in it, including the Bundy family, should be arrested and put in jail. Though I do not believe that Americans should be subject to surveillance without cause, I think that membership in an armed militia is cause in itself, and these people should be watched constantly. Thanks for listening.